Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe here. Before we start the show, I have something special for you right now. To celebrate 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're hosting the 40K giveaway. Join our 40K giveaway to get a chance to win our 40K bundle worth $493. The bundle consists out of 3 of our best-selling courses, 90 Days of Kettlebells, 90 Gains of Kettlebells, and the Hybrid Style Masterclass Lite. The winner will be chosen on Monday, 29th of August, 2022. You find the link in the description. Join the 40K giveaway now. So let's jump into the video. Now, before I can show you these 3 ways, I have to explain 3 concepts first to set the stage. Now, first of all, what I am going to show you, the weights guide that I believe works best for me, is according to this hybrid style that I follow. Now, what is the hybrid style? We can say this is kind of like the Jeet Kune Do approach of martial arts that Bruce Lee used. He used different types of styles and combined it into one, and that's what we do as well. I'm using elements from kettlebell sport, but I'm also using elements from hardstyle, and I believe the term hybrid works so well because I've heard professionals use this term on a regular basis, so that's the reason why I'm going with this. Number 2, I'm using a universal approach to kettlebell training. Now, what does that mean? That means that anything that I lift, I want to bring it overhead as well. So I want to press it, I want to deadlift it, I want to reverse lunge with it, I want to windmill with it, I want to Turkish get up with it. I want to use one single weight for the whole body. Now, of course, this is just a limited perspective that I'm giving you right now because this is not the only type of training that I limit myself to. Of course, I can deadlift to 48 kgs, for example. 90% of my training is using this universal approach to kettlebell weights. Now, the reason why I believe this universal approach works is because I base it on the fact of training load. For example, a couple of days ago, I did a hand-to-hand deadlift with a 24 kg, 120 reps, and then in the same session, I used a 20 kg, I went down a little bit with the weight, 120 reps hand-to-hand deadlift again. Now, this equaled about 5.2 tons of training load, and this would equal 52 reps with a barbell loaded with 100 kilograms or 5 sets of 10, and I believe that sounds like good training volume or a training load to me. Now, the final point that I need to talk about to set the stage in order to advance to these 3 ways to progress with kettlebells is based upon number 1, the hybrid style, and number 2, the universal approach, these 2 concepts that I've just explained earlier. And that is, I believe there are so-called evergreen weights. Now, what are evergreen weights? These are weights that you can work with for the rest of your life and you always get a decent challenge. For men, I believe this is 16, 20, and 24. And for women, I believe this is 8, 12, and 16 kg. Now, with these 3 points out of the way, I believe I've set the stage to give you the ultimate kettlebell weights guide and 3 ways to progress for starters. And number 1 is when you're starting out. If you are a woman and you're starting out with kettlebell training, you need a reference point. And from my experience, a good reference point is an 8 kg kettlebell. If you are a man and you're starting out, based upon the experience that we have with our clients, I believe a 12 kg works perfectly. Now, of course, these are not absolutes. I'm not giving out absolutions. What I can tell you is just based upon the experience, this works very good. And sometimes the 4 kg jump can be a perfect means to progress, and sometimes you need a 2 kg jump to progress perfectly. And at the same time, I also believe that if you use anything that is too light, if you go below 8 kg as a female or below 12 kg as a male, you probably won't get the proper feedback and the benefit out of the kettlebell and out of its unique characteristics that it provides to you when you engage with it. In that case, you can just pick up a dumbbell or sit on a machine. It won't make much of a difference. You have to understand how the kettlebell works, the feedback that you're getting, in order to get the most out of it. So that's why I believe you have to stick to certain weights to even get started as a beginner who never touched a kettlebell before. And as a small disclaimer, I want to recommend that you talk to a coach who can help you get started right away so you can bypass the frustration of trying to learn everything by yourself. Number 2, there is a technical method that you can apply once you have been working out with kettlebells for a certain period of time. And again, I'm using this kind of hybrid approach that just works best based upon the experience that I have had, not only with my training, but also with our clients. Now, the technical method that you can use is, let's break it down to the most important lifts. So the hand-to-hand swing, the clean and jerk, the snatch, the hardstyle swing, and the get up. These are exercises that are most commonly used and done with kettlebells. So if you are able to do a 5-minute hand-to-hand swing unbroken, upgrade to the next weight. If you are able to do a clean and jerk 10 minutes with only one arm switch, then upgrade to the next weight. If you're able to do a 10-minute snatch with a one arm switch, upgrade to the next weight. If you're able to do 10 sets of 10 of a hardstyle swing without bending your knees too much and without the kettlebell really pulling you down to the floor too hard, upgrade to the next weight. And finally, if you're able to do 1 set of 10 get up where you split the load equally between left and right, so that's 5 reps left, 5 reps right, unbroken, upgrade to the next weight. The biggest critique point that some of you probably have, and you're writing it in the comments, which I appreciate, guys. I always appreciate it when you give me feedback, because this is how I can learn as well. And that is, well, this doesn't work for everybody. Yes, and that's the point of it. The point of this guide that I'm trying to give you is it doesn't work for everybody. It is just a reference point. So please keep this in mind. This doesn't work for everybody. It's just something that I have seen based upon the experience, like I mentioned before. And it's also something that is based on individual approach to fitness training, how regular you're training, how frequently you are training, what kind of kettlebell you're using, what kind of style you're engaging in. So please keep this in mind. Number 3 of the 3 ways to progress, I believe, is the most important one. And I believe many of you will be probably disappointed with this, but I have to say it. Number 3 is the intuitive method. Now, what does that mean? This means you pick up a weight. Your body is telling you exactly how that weight feels. Now, of course, we can always push the boundaries a little bit and increase the resistance to fatigue to a certain extent. Yes, we can all do this. But in most cases, when it comes to starting out and even advancing throughout your kettlebell journey, you probably know when it's too hard. You probably know when you cross the red line. And yes, it makes sense to sometimes cross the red line, but if we continuously red zone it, it may cause problems. So that's another topic for another video. But I think this is the most important aspect, is listen to your body. What is your body telling you? Do you think a 24 kg press is destroying you? It's not working and it hurts? Well, start with a 20. Oh, 20 is way too hard. Start with a 16. Oh, 16 is way too hard. Start with a 12. It's as simple as that. This 2-minute approach is something that you can use to get started. For example, I'm able to do now 2 minutes of snatches and I enjoy it. So now let's upgrade to the next weight. It doesn't have to be the 10-minute that I've mentioned earlier in the tactical method. It's just a reference point, like I mentioned. But maybe you're like, wow, well, I'm actually sticking to the 2 minutes and I like it and I think it kind of feels nice. I got the hand insertion down pat. I got the vibe. I got the lever mechanics. I feel that I'm using my glutes. Upgrade to the next weight. Or you're using sets of 10 and you're like, hey, I can do 10 presses easily to a certain extent. Upgrade to the next weight. In summary, what I'm trying to tell you with number 3 is we can trust our own bodies to understand if something is too light or too heavy. And if you need guidance, yes, many people need guidance in order to trigger their intuitive mechanism so that their body can tell them what is proper and what is not. Get coaching to understand how the kettlebell works, how you are supposed to move it, and then you can progress from there. And on a final note, most everything that you do when it comes to kettlebells or fitness in general is goal specific, and it depends upon individual context. You hear this a lot when you progress with kettlebells or just your fitness journey in general, and that is, it depends. But the problem is, making a video just saying it depends, that's 1 second and it probably won't help you. So that's the reason why I think with some certain guidelines that you are now having after watching this video, you now have a certain grasp of how you can progress with kettlebells, because it is different than how we usually maybe progress with dumbbells, barbells, or on machines, where it's kind of a linear approach. But with kettlebells, it can be a little bit different. So with these reference points and with this guide and with this concept that you're now finally able to grasp, still it is important to note, and you have to understand, that in many cases, how to progress it, when, and with what weight depends upon the individual goal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the bell button so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. To celebrate 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're hosting the 40K giveaway. Join our 40K giveaway to get a chance to win our 40K bundle worth $493 US. The bundle consists out of 3 of our best-selling courses: 90 Days of Kettlebells, 90 Gains of Kettlebells, and the Hybrid Style Masterclass Lite. The winner will be chosen on Monday, 29th of August, 2022.